Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. And wow, we have no time to waste in this video. We have the first official images from the first Skeletour show in Manchester last night, but we also have our first full review of that show, courtesy of Kerrang. So what I'm going to do in this video is just read their review that is up on the website now, and then give my thoughts afterwards. I'll leave a link to it in the pinned comment below if you wish to read it yourself as well. While I read it, I'll be showing off all the official images that have been released from last night's show that came courtesy of the photographer Ryan Chang. So let's get right into it. The Rapture comes to Manchester as ghosts kick off their biblical new era on the beyond all expectation first night of the Skeletour World Tour. Words by Nick Ruskell and photos by Ryan Chang. At one point tonight, ghosts, so convincingly they give you no reason to doubt them, appear to be playing in hell. At another, they lift the AO Arena from its housing in the shadow of Manchester Cathedral and place it somewhere in the celestial ether. Should it be a cathedral you want? They both build and destroy one during the course of 2 hours, and that's not even really the main event. Tobias Forge has been promising something special for the Skeletour World Tour, but to picture merely bigger, more flames, larger stage, brighter lights, is to reveal only the deficiencies and shallow limits of our own imagination. Without a support to ease you in, tonight and this tour are about ghosts and only ghosts, showing you the outer limits of their universe. A setup that would satisfy most bands playing a shed like this is different for almost every song, each pulling you into somewhere new. Every couple of minutes delivers something that's as impressive in its scale as it is creative ingenuity. Whispers in Kay's ear pre-show are that having previously used 8 or 9 lorries, which I assume are like the production trucks, to cart it all around, this time it takes no fewer than 20. And each venue needs to have an extra power supply to take the strain. Watching it, you wonder if it's all enough. And then there's the all-new man up front, Papa 5 Perpetua himself. He looks like an, satanized version of the Phantom of the Opera, and carries himself with a roguish sense of command and grubbily elegant flair. But it's in his sense of apparent urgency that this iteration of Ghost leading ghoul distinguishes himself most tonight. The long, time-eating chat and crap jokes of old have been jettisoned, to the benefit of the enormous songs and the visual feast in which they are served with almost delightfully exhausting pace. It's hard to talk about without spoiling the surprise, which is also why on entering the venue, fans are required to surrender their phone to a locked bag. Sinners will be cast out. For some, it was an idea that spelled doom for their fun. In practice, it makes you get even further lost in it all, and actually adds to the vibe when, between songs, there's the rare spectacle of a Leviathan room such as this being plunged into near total darkness. And this really is the sort of show that'll make you jealous of people experiencing it for the first time. You can see touch points, 70s retro futuristic sci-fi, a swelled band of Nameless Ghouls who now look like steampunk magicians and Bene Gesserit witches from Dune, an almost Monty Python-ish quality to some of the visuals. One bit looks like an 80s TV gay club in a spaceship. It isn't too much to say that another element has been gleefully borrowed wholesale from Judas Priest and expanded to brilliantly ludicrous proportions. Everything else is all bones and wings and sparkling and bedazzled macabre glory. It's fucking brilliant. When this comes together as the backdrop to the banging ritual, a genuinely uplifting He Is, or versions of Rats and From the Pinnacle to the Pit that have never sounded more sinister, it feels genuinely unstoppable, like there is no roof on this thing. During year zero, the sing-along to the ascending chorus reaches such a fervor that you wonder how it can actually be brought back down again. The 4 tracks aired off Skeletour slot into this brilliantly. Indeed, they arrive with the as yet unheard Peacefield, swiftly followed by the less than a week old Lacrima. What balls, what audacity, what genius that they still managed to go from naught to 100 with it all from the second the first lights go up. With that as a starting point, by the time they wrap up 2 hours and change later with such rapturous versions of Dance Macabre and Square Hammer as they do here, they are so good all you can do is collapse into giddy joy. Ghost already won years ago, a fact spoken to by the legions of papas and evil nuns filling Manchester's taxis and trains, not to mention an almost total domination of Ghost shirts in the AO's postcode. But even for a band with the magical ascent already logged, this all feels like a moment. Iron Maiden had the legendary World Slavery Tour, Metallica had their early 90s Black Album run, and Slipknot truly arrived with the enormous Iowa campaign. With the Skeletour, Ghosts can now count themselves among that rare group of bands whose blossoming moments didn't just do for themselves, but will be remembered as a waymarker in metal's history books. How do you like it? Inquires a delighted Papa, following an apocalyptic mummy dust. How did I do? As if you have to ask, Father. Alright, that was incredible. I knew everyone that attended last night's show were coming out buzzing, but the details that were just mentioned in this review were insane. I knew they were going to deal more with a digital projected stage, but the creativity that it seems they used that in is, like the review mentioned, beyond anything we could have imagined. As much as I was already anticipating going to the show near me, this has just made the wait until August, for me, that much harder. And honestly, I might have to actually catch 2 or 3 shows in a row around me in that 3-day period. This has exceeded all of my expectations, and I'm so glad that it seems Ghost, and most specifically Tobias, is closer than ever to achieving the type of not just concert, but entertainment event that he has always wanted. I'm so happy for the entire band and crew, and cannot wait to keep seeing more developments as the year goes on until I get to experience this for myself. But let me know what you all think of these official pictures and the first review, and if you attended last night or will attend tonight, let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of our upcoming videos. For more on Ghost, take a look at the rest of the channel, because if you have Ghost, you have everything.